How's it going, everybody? It has been an exciting week for the MCU and the DCEU. More along the DCEU because there's just been a lot of news recently, but still, nonetheless, very exciting week. So in this video, I'll be taking you through all the news that came out that you need to know to stay up to date in the MCU and in the DCEU. First, we'll get started with the MCU. We'll talk about what happened at Cine Europe this week. We'll talk about Captain Marvel and Avengers 4. Then we'll talk about the DCEU. We'll talk about Wonder Woman 1984. We'll talk about Aquaman, Shazam, and San Diego Comic-Con coming up. And we'll even talk about Superman. So first things first, Cine Europe was this past week and they showed footage of Captain Marvel and Avengers 4. A few brief scenes of Captain Marvel were shown to the audience, which emphasized her as a character and her powers. So here's basically the rundown of what was shown and what Marvel has to say about her character. They say that Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, is the MCU's most powerful hero, and she's set to become the new face and leader of the MCU moving forward. Also, in an interview, Brie Larson, who is the actress that plays Captain Marvel, came out and said that Captain Marvel is strong enough to move planets. So, they're going all out with Captain Marvel, and it makes perfect sense because if they want to stand any chance against defeating Thanos, they're going to need a powerful character such as Captain Marvel. And then there's the footage that was shown about Avengers 4. Unfortunately, right now, there are two different reports from what happened at Cine Europe. It seems like half of the leaks say that there was footage of Iron Man and Ant-Man coming together, going through the quantum realm and going throughout time collecting Infinity Stones. Footage is basically done for Avengers 4, and it is highly believed that time travel and jumping through the quantum realm is in fact the plot of Avengers 4, so this is probable. But there are other leaks coming in that say the Avengers 4 clip was nothing but Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige sitting in a chair saying sorry to the exhibitors for there being so few heroes left to sell their customers. Now, this could just be misdirection because we definitely saw that for Avengers Infinity War. A lot of misdirection was thrown out there by the producers. But there's really no way of knowing what the actual plot of Avengers 4 is going to be until we receive a trailer for it, and unfortunately that probably won't happen for another few months. So that's it for the major MCU news. Let's now move on to the DCEU. A lot has happened with the DCEU this week, and a lot of it is Aquaman. Thanks to Entertainment Weekly, we have received our first look into Aquaman, and with that came a first look at many of the characters that we haven't seen yet. On the cover of the two issues, we got another look at Aquaman and Mera, and we got our first look at Nicole Kidman's Queen Atlanna. Then inside, we have our first look at some of the scenes that are going to be in Aquaman. We have Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, seemingly in a submarine. Then we have Aquaman and Mera on land. We finally got our first look at Patrick Wilson's Orm staring right into the eyes of Aquaman himself. We got a behind the scenes shot from the movie that has Aquaman and Mera meeting with Willem Dafoe's Vulko, but you can't really see his face, so that's kind of a tease. We got a first look at Queen Atlanna holding a young Arthur Curry, which means that we're definitely going to be exploring his origin a little bit. And finally, we got our first look at Black Manta. These are the first photos that have actually shown us scenes from the movie. And with these new photos came talk about the trailer's release date. Aquaman director James Wan had this to say: Comic-Con will be insane. This is the new glyph/logo, freshly smuggled out of Atlantis, stolen off King Orm's belt buckle. So it seems like it's probable that we're going to get the first Aquaman trailer during San Diego Comic-Con, which takes place from July 19th to the 22nd. Since Marvel will actually not be attending San Diego Comic-Con this year, it has been said that DC has some very big plans in store. With those big plans, we will most likely get the Aquaman trailer, but we will most likely get something on Shazam as well. And connecting to Shazam in a way is Superman. Henry Cavill took to social media today announcing that he is working on his super buns while he shared a video of him working out. And in his description of the video, he left some not so subtle hints of him returning to play Superman not too long from now. But we haven't gotten any announcement about Man of Steel 2, and Justice League 2 is still a no-go for now, so it leads us to believe that he's going to have a cameo in Shazam. This rumor has been going around for a while now, so maybe we'll see this happen at San Diego Comic-Con. And last but certainly not least is we saw our first look at Wonder Woman 2, or Wonder Woman 1984 as it is officially titled. We saw some interesting photos this week. We saw Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, living her life in the 80s, and we found out that Steve Trevor is alive and well. It seems that he must have been preserved somehow because it doesn't seem like he aged 60 plus years. Then we got some photos of Chris Pine and Gal Gadot on the set, and it seems like Wonder Woman is well underway with the filming. And finally, today we were given our first look at Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in her Wonder Woman outfit. So that is it for the major MCU and DCEU announcement that happened this week. What are you most excited about? Are you excited about Captain Marvel coming in and being the strongest character in the MCU? Or are you excited that it seems like the DCEU is making a comeback? Or at least trying to. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and if you enjoyed this video, please click that thumbs up button. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any updates on the MCU or the DCEU. Thank you so much for watching. Woof woof.